Pounders. Tonight, we're going to be diving into some Battle Royale on Underdog. There are so many contests and so many edges to exploit. Honestly, the Battle Royale main slate might not be the contest with the best edge. Looking at some of these Saturday show-offs, Sunday shootouts, excuse me, my God, people don't know what they're doing. And a little difference between the Saturday shootout, the Sunday shootout, and those ADPs versus Battle Royale is the ADP goes based off of the players that are going to score the most points. So you see a lot of QBs pushed up the board, where you shouldn't be drafting QB that early, and arguably maybe even last in some of these contests. So we can sort of peek at these ADPs and sort of formulate our game plan going into these, and then we're going to execute it. That's the plan. We can start with the Saturday shootout, and 101 is Tyreek Hill for me. I'm not going Joe Flacco 2 here. Like this is a 4-person draft. You can get Tua for free. Like you can get Tua for free. And you're drafting Tyreek Hill 1 overall. So crazy. Great. This contest, there's a huge edge. I was drafting these all night. They weren't filling super quick. But I have full confidence that we'll be able to fill these, and we'll get some fun drafts in. Houston's actually pretty stingy against receivers. So I might be playing this one through Njoku and Jerome Ford. But yeah, going to be mixing in Amari Cooper, but Houston's stingy. Houston's stingy against receivers. Same thing with Cleveland, pretty stingy against receivers. Miami, I feel like this is a team, like their defense is good on paper, but they actually give out quite a bit of points to wide receivers. So Rice is going to be definitely in play here. And you're going to see, like, you need to start 2 receivers on this slate, especially the Saturday one. Like, wide receivers fall off. Minimum 8 receivers are being drafted. So if you can get 2 of these top 5 guys, you're probably feeling pretty good. You're going to mix in some of these guys down here. Robert Woods sitting out of practice today. That's interesting. Noah Brown didn't practice today too. Interesting to note. But yeah, so receiver, you want to go early here. And then tight end, you don't want to be stuck with Durham Smythe. Like, you don't want to be stuck. So those are the 2 things. Early receiver and one of these 3 tight ends. I like Kelsey, especially for where he's going. Like, come on. But Kelsey Schultz, you're obviously going to be mixing both of those guys in. QB last and running back. One of these 5 are fine. All right, let's jump into one of these, and then we'll do the Sunday, and then we're also going to cover the main Battle Royale slate as well. I'm going to cover it all today. Little mixed bag, little mixed game today. Poker mixed game. Waiting for 2 for the Saturday shootout. Brevin Jordan, criminally if you get boxed out. Brevin. Yeah, we'll see. Like, if some of these Houston pieces can't go, Brevin Jordan might see some more playing time, but I don't love it. I don't love it. We're gonna have some Pounders in here now. Oh, let's go. We don't. Even better. Even better. So we get the 4 spot. Honestly, if it's not a sharp room, pick 3, pick 4 is probably where I want to be if I'm not getting pick 1. Just personally, I'm probably gonna have a soft fade on Amari Cooper in this contest. Just a soft fade. Didn't practice Tuesday. Checo, Mostert, Achane, both practiced limited reps. That's fine. Singletary's a good option. Jerome Ford's a good option. Just based off of freaking work. Like, you're going to get this guy 19 plus touches. Like, let me pull up something else here too. If you guys haven't already, go down, slap the like on the live stream, subscribe to the Pound. Helps me tremendously try to grow this thing. And it's almost draft season. It's almost draft season. Insane. Big board when? Big board when? We need to know. Let's pull up some NFL. Here we go. This is exactly what we want. We'll put this right here. Mahomes goes off at 2. Like, no. Like, no. QB should be going last here. Njoku off at 3. Boys, these streets are crazy. These streets are crazy. Last night, couldn't tell you how many times like Joe Flacco went at 2 and another QB went at 3. It's like, okay, you're gonna force my hand. I have to do this. I have to do this, especially where wide receivers so weak. Like we have a huge advantage. Now we just don't want to get boxed at tight end with this team. We don't want to get boxed at tight end. So we gotta kind of keep track. There's another one. Now we're kind of praying that Schultz comes back to us. Let's see. Some hellos, ER7, Logan, 008, Josh Cooper. What's going on, fellas? Pacheco off the board. Don't go tight end. Fungool. This good start just gets crushed. Gets crushed. Kind of gross. I don't know how you do this and then like you have the smarts to like pull in that tight end, right? Well, we're just going to go based off of fucking strict points here. We're going to win this one without a tight end. Could bring in Waddle here. Let's go Jerome Ford. If we go Waddle, it opens up another QB option. This guy's likely, if he goes Stroud, we're fine. But he should go Tua. But we could get stuck with Stroud, which won't make a ton of sense. Let's go Mostert. Let's go RBRB. This is how we're going to leverage the Miami side of things. And let's see who comes back to us at QB. Might not even matter, to be honest. Hardman's a good pick. Like, if you get boxed, we're like, we have a strong flex. Like, I'm not going Hardman here. Like, we have way too many options that are better than Hardman. And you'll see in some of these rooms, like, you'll get into a flex spot where it's like, okay, even Noah Brown's gone. And you're like, okay, who am I going? I like Mixon and Hardman. I actually have a Hardman team from last night. He played when no one else played last week. But it's a good shout from Charles. Real good shout. Stroud. Let's go. Let's go. And this guy doesn't go QB because he knows he's going Tua. He knows I don't have any Miami pieces, at least that bode well with Tua. Like Mostert, he might have like one receiving touchdown in the year. So he knows we're locked into Flacco here. And, oh yeah, now we need our flex. We'll see. It's going to be between Noah Brown and Hardman. I like the Hardman piece, but we already have Rice. So having 2 KC pieces, I don't like it as much, not gonna lie. Gotta think about this one. This is gonna be this is the Saturday shootout, Adam. So we need tight end, obviously. God damn. It probably has to be Smythe. You're hoping for what? 4 points, 4.5 points. If you go Noah Gray, you're just hoping for a tutty. 1 catch for a tutty, 6 yards. Jordan Atkins. We make the bet that Njoku gets hurt. Harrison Bryant. Let's go Smythe here. Didn't want to get boxed at tight end. If this guy doesn't go Schultz, that's the thing. Like, if he doesn't go Schultz and we end up getting Schultz, we probably go Hardman with this last pick. Yeah, Brevin's not a bad pick. It's really not. It's really not. It would have been a bring back too. Let's jump into another one of the Saturday shootouts. Can do a few of these. They're so fast. $10 contest. I didn't even cover. $10 contest, 11.1% rake, 9,000 entrants. First place is 8,000. Top 6 are 1,000 plus, and we get the one spot. Let's go. Let's go. Ha! Adam says Hardman and Smythe are equally gross. Yeah, we need a tight end in that spot. But Hardman's not bad. Like, he might have earned reps last week. He might have earned extra reps. We know Sky Moore's out for the season, so. But Browns versus the Texans, 44.5 point game total. Miami versus KC, 44. So pretty equal. Pretty equal. Starting 13 seconds. So this one's going to be, so like when we get Hill, again, we're going QB last. We're going QB last. Usually 2 is just free at the end, which is fucking insane. It's insane. And if we do get Tua, like we're hoping for one of these 3 receivers to make it back to us. If we do get Tua, we can go Achane with the next pick as well. I think this is how it would look for me. If I know that I'm bringing in Tua with Hill, I probably don't want to be clicking Mostert as much. Not saying never, because they can both easily get there. Yeah, Rice isn't making it back. What's Noah Brown dealing with? Back injury. Achane gone. Let's see what happens here. Okay. Checo gone. Let's do this. We need tight end. I want a running back too. Like, I want to secure one of these guys. I would also love to get double tutty, like double tight end in this spot too, like with Kelsey Njoku. I think you can get some of that going, and then like that would be super interesting. We can still have like a Hardman bring back at the end, or Watson or whatever. I'm going to pull up a second draft because I'm going to try to get as many of these reps in as possible and show you guys some different teams. Drafts active. We'll go here. Okay. Flacco Rice, just like stupid. it's just stupid. He gets his 2 receivers. I would be racing for that tight end. Like, it is sort of ballsy to go Jalen Waddle here. Wow. But it pays off. He's going to get Schultz. If he doesn't go Schultz, like, we'd think about bringing in Schultz here. He might try to push tight end because we already have one, but that'd be a huge mistake. That'd be a huge mistake. He's the best flex on the board besides Singletary. If I'm him, though, I'm probably looking ahead and like, will they take him? It's not worth risking it. Yeah, he goes Schultz. We're on the clock here. We get the 101 again. First time ever. It's never happened to me. It gets ugly fast, right? It gets ugly fast. We don't have Of course, Flacco's gone. How gross. How gross. We're just gonna go. How do we make this make sense? Let's go both Cleveland running backs. Let's do something weird here. Let's do something weird. And let's bring in Watson. Let's do something weird. This allows us to go Mahomes or Tua at the end. Three Cleveland pieces, baby. Onslaught. That's the thing. It's going to be different. Like, that's one of the main reasons I did it. You don't have a whole lot of options. Like, yeah, we can go for some of these shit wide receivers, but all right. So in this spot, we do get. I do want. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go Pacheco and Kelsey here. We're hoping Waddle comes back. Likely not going to happen. Jasper, I think, is pretty sharp. I feel like I've seen Jasper in a lot of drafts. And going wide receiver, that's what I think is probably the best thing to do on this shit wide receiver slate where they just fall off so fast. Securing those two guys is nice. I agree with the Jerome Ford pick here. This should be a tight end. This should be Schultz. Schultz off the board. This is going to be our last pick, and we are. Watch us not get this. Watch this be. This is Tua. Oh, thank God. All right, we get Tua. That was a weird one. I didn't love that one, obviously. But it's not always going to fall in your favor. This is ideal. Go tight end. I'm going to steal the tight end. I'm going to go Durham Smythe. All right, I'll fully take Waddle here in this spot. That's huge. That's not even funny. That's huge. Huge. And we are opened up for Tua or Mahomes. So again, I'm not rushing to pick one or the other. We probably want Tua, though. So the team without a QB, he's probably going to go Mahomes, I would think. And then this is probably just Noah Brown. This is probably just Noah Brown. You're going to get Kareem Hunt like 10 touches. Like, that's sort of what I figure. It's like around 10 touches. And you're hoping for, a red zone touchdown, which they use him in the red zone. Braxton Berrios, David Bell, 2 tutties last week with no Cleveland pieces playing. This would be interesting to see if one of these Houston pieces sit out, like if it's Robert Woods, or if Noah Brown's sitting out, Robert Woods then flies up the board. It's just so ugly at the end here. Kareem Hunt, I think you're just hoping for a touchdown. If you get 2, like, it's a miracle. But if you get 1 and you're getting like around 8.6, 9 points, might be all you need. Might be all you need. Like, you're probably happy if Noah Brown gets, 9 or 10 points. So I think it's going to be more consistent with Kareem Hunt. Again, Houston, stingy against receivers. So I do tend to play that game on the ground or through the tight ends. We get 2 tags. This was a fun one. Now, this team turned out significantly better than the last draft. And we might even get a free pick swap to Robert Woods here. Let's see. Both these teams need a receiver, though. This should be Robert Woods. It's not. He goes Naked Stroud, right? Naked Stroud. Genius. Next level. Next level. No one's on that guy's level. TJ Mack, 65. What do we got? Xavier Hutchinson. Interesting. Yeah, so if Noah Brown's out, we would get a free pick swap in this draft to Robert Woods. Just something to note. Just something to note. All right, let's pull up the Sunday showdown. So that was the Saturday shootout, excuse me. The Sunday shootout is here. QBs, I'm fine with kind of putting off QB again in this contest. Running backs, very deep. Super deep at RB. Receivers, again, it falls off. So getting 2 receivers within this first 8 picks, say, feels good. But again, we're going to be mixing in, players down here at the flex like Brandon Cooks, Shakir. We'll see if Seawatt's good to go. I'd sort of be surprised, but he did get some limited practices last week. Just something to note. So if that continues, could see him play this game. Josh Reynolds, he's always sneakily in play. And tight end, Laporta, I don't think is playing. So he's still getting drafted in these. I love that. I love that. I'm not going to be taking that risk on Laporta this week. Sunday shootout. If it bites me, it bites me. But I think we can get, like, if he's out, like 25% of the teams are dead. Like they're going to be pick swapping. Not dead, but they're going to be pick swapping and he doesn't go early. Who knows? Maybe we do mix him in. The source is in this one too. He was in the last draft in the Saturday shootout. Kyron probably at the 2 for me here. Amon-Ra at the 3. Yeah, I'm bumping up all these receivers and running backs in this contest. So we'll see what we get at the 4 spot. 2 of these guys. Should be able to get 2 of these guys. We just need one QB to go off. Oh my God. Charles, be our winner, naked QB. Was it? He was in first. And then I think there was a small change, like minuscule change, that the naked Derek Carr team came in second. The naked Derek Carr team came in second for 10 Gs. Josh Allen. We get 2 of these guys no matter what. And yes. Let's go. We'll go Puka here. I'd be mixing it up with Puka and Cup, Amon-Ra and Cup. We're just going to go based off of ADP. Be an ADP slave in this one. Brock Wright here for the tutties. Cup off the board, Diggs off the board. That seems about right. I don't love the Dak without Lamb play, but you sort of, I guess you're making a bet that Cup outscores Lamb, which is fine. And then Dak outscores Staffy. You're just trying to hit like a pretty fine needle. This Diggs team should go. This should be a Josh Allen pick here. See what his risk tolerance is. But I'm looking to go probably 2 RBs. Yeah. I'm looking to go 2 RBs. Not named Tony Pollard. He goes Reed to get his second receiver. And I like that play. Actually like that play. We could go TP here. A little bit of TP. A little bum wipe. Najee's still in play. All right. We're going Tony Pollard. Not going to have a ton of them. I don't think I'll be even at field with Tony Pollard this week, but I want Kincaid. I don't think we end up getting him, though. Let's bring in Aaron Jones. QBs, we're looking at Stafford or Goff or Jordan Love with Musgrave. So we got options. We got options. Yeah, Najee super late's a good option here. Like he's in this contest. Just from volume, like this dude's gonna touch the ball 20 plus times. So if you take away this touchdown, like he has a good game. Where are the Jalen Warren truthers though? I'm just curious. Like they all disappeared. Very similar to the Alexander Madison truthers. They all disappeared. Very similar to the Tony Pollard truthers. Although some of those people are still touting them. I respect it. I respect it. God damn. All right, so we got our little game stack here. Tyler Higbee. If we go Stafford, we can bring in the double stack. What do we want to do? We already have a Green Bay piece. Freiermuth? Man, what a disappointing year for Freiermuth. If you told me we're drafting him after Tyler Higbee and Musgrave by the end of the season, I'd tell you you're a liar directly to your face. On track to play Sunday. Should be mixing in Brock Wright too if we think that Laporta is not going to play. People are probably going to be making that pick swap. We're going to go Tyler Higbee here. I love this game, by the way. Can we take a peek at this? 51.5 point game total. Lions are 3-point favorites. Love this game, by the way. Let's jump into another Sunday shootout. Where is it? Here we go. And most of you people are in the Discord already, but if you're not, the link is in the description. The link is in the chat. When you're done with the draft, throw it into the draft grade section. Make fun of Nick and his drafts. In his dog bowl picture. Logan's in this one with us in the 2 spot. I got rich quickly. Love that. Didn't win BBM though. This name's familiar though. It's not one I think you easily forget. If you guys are watching on Twitter, go on to the YouTube machine, drop a follow, drop a sub. On my Twitter peeps. In the 3 spot, we'll probably end up getting Amon-Ra again. Because Logan's going to go Kyron. Maybe not, though. Maybe not. We'll see. I do think it's close between Kyron and Amon-Ra just because of how deep it is at RB. I'm going to have a ton of 2 wide receiver starts. Outside the 2 spot, I think. Another Amon-Ra. This probably will be with Cup. We'll see what this dude does, though. If he double slaps the LA Rams. All right, we get Cup. Last draft, we had Amon-Ra and Puka. Yeah, he's a volume guy. Yeah, the name's familiar. Winterhead Naked Love. Okay. Yeah, I kind of remember that. He was just pretty much optimal everywhere else. Because he lost like 9 points at QB because Love only put up 18 last week. And Carr put up what, like 26.8, 27? Something nutty like that. Oh my God. Give us Josh Allen with this combo. Give us Josh Allen with this combo. Come on. Be nice. Be nice. Play nice. Yes. Alright. This is a fun one. This is a fun one. Not that it's gonna hit, but it does open up a little pat fry on the back end, which could be different. Could be different. We're probably going tight end last here. Let's see. Let's have a peek. Let's have a peek. Don't go running back. Fuck. Alright, so this was gonna be a Najee pick, right? But I wouldn't have to make it until here, so I would have okay, back-to-back snipies. That's fine. We're gonna go Demont. Demont in the red zone, 2 tutties. Should have gone tight end here, but it's whatever. I don't think he goes Pat Fry. Watch him punish me. Just absolutely punish me out of nowhere. Sam Laporta? Jesus. Left field, bro. Left field. If we get Najee here, we probably don't go Freiermuth. I still like this draft. Crazy. Who would have thought you'd be mad to not get Najee Harris? This one still ends up fun. Again, there's a ton of points in this game, so I don't mind having 2 pieces on Detroit at all. That was a sick one. Let's do another Sunday shootout before we jump into the main slate battle royale. So this one again, similar 9,000 entrance, 11.1% rake, same payouts, 1,000 plus for the top 6. Minimum payout is going to be double the entry. I like that. I like that setup. Oh, you could easily just fade. You could easily just fade Diggs, but I think if Gabe Davis doesn't end up playing, Kincaid definitely a good option to step up, but Shakir had a week last week. Shakir went over 100 last week, so he's probably the biggest benefactor just from a snap standpoint. Wicks with another just another 2 tutties last week. We'll see more. I think you can draft Watson at the end of these drafts, and if he doesn't go, you can just pick swap to Wicks. But I'm probably not drafting Wicks outright because if Watson plays, it's going to hurt his snaps. And I'm not drafting Kraft. Like, I don't know why that dude went Kraft with Musgrave back. Like, let me take a peek at the snaps last week, but I would assume that the snaps are going up for Musgrave this week. Let's have a peek here. Have a little peek. Green Bay, where you at? Green Bay, where you at? Yeah. So, I mean, he still played 90% last week, but this is going to get upticked, right? Didn't have an injury. This probably goes to, I mean, if this goes to 30%, you're probably still fine with Kraft. I guess you would need to be around like 50% for it to really, really hurt you. And then they're probably just eating themselves at that point. Like we see early in the season, like it was Musgrave. They started mixing in Kraft at 50%, but again, like neither of them were really smashing. Musgrave had a couple good games, but basically off like one big play. Hardy had a good game. It's a good shout by Cooper. I'm not going to be bringing him in. It's just what he had the touchdown run back. Like, I don't know. Special teams touchdown. I'd stick to Shakir at the end of these drafts because Shakir's free. Brandon Cook's relatively free. One more person. Someone wanna join us in the Sunday shootout, $10 entry. While we wait for that to fill, let's pull up a they released a new playoff contest that I'm going to be drafting. Where is it, though? The little the Summit. 10 entry max. Playoff format, I believe. Playoff best ball. $10 entry. 5,500 entrants. Like, I love this. I love this style contest. Absolutely love that. So this one's filling pretty quick. If you guys want to get into this, throw a couple entries in tonight. This is probably going to fill in the next day or so. 2 out of 6 advance, 2 out of 6 advance, 1 out of 5 advance, 124 seat final. It's fun. So, like, in a format like this where 33% move on back-to-back rounds, you can do some different stuff with that. Waiting on one more. I was doing these at, like, 3 in the morning. It was, like, 30 minutes to fill one. It was a lot of the same drafters, and I was fine with it because the crew that was on was so clueless. So clueless. Seeing multiple QBs being drafted in the first round, just getting crazy combos. Like Kyron and Amon-Ra. That's like best case scenario. When you're in the 4 spot and people just scoop up the QBs don't separate. You go QB last. He ends up as the QB1 on the slate. Yeah. Charles says the Summit screams 2-team rosters. I 100% agree with that. 100%. Like, you can increase sort of like your risk tolerance and go a little more bold with those teams where 2 out of 6 advance the second week. That'd be fun for like Miami, San Fran teams, Dallas, Baltimore teams, and just grabbing all those pieces. Baltimore is so easy to scoop up too because no one wants to draft Odell unless you have Lamar. For whatever reason, people don't like bringing in those Baltimore pieces. It's like if they're in the Super Bowl, 7 points might get it done. This one's struggling, huh? All right, we're gonna make the switch. We're making the switch. We're going to the Battle Royale wild card main slate. Let's go. Waiting on 2. We're backing out of this one. QBs, Allen, Prescott, Hurts, Flacco, Staffy, Mahomes, Stroud. 2 again. Like, are we discounting Tua because, like, Waddle and Mostert didn't play and they didn't look that great without them? Like, it's a condensed offense. Waddle not being in the game makes a huge difference. Makes a huge difference. And then Hill kinda getting banged up like he does every game, and I guess Waddle does too. At KC, KC's got a relatively good defense, but man, I don't know. To be that far down the board, it's gotta be something wrong with that. Maybe I just die on the Tua hill this week. It's fine. Like, I'd rather have more Tua than Stroud, probably. Stroud very good against bad defenses. Like, congrats. Like, also, like, Miami's played some good defenses the last couple weeks, like Buffalo, Baltimore, and Dallas. So, KC, another good defense, but I think if Waddle's back, it makes a big deal. Dude, what? Amon-Ra St. Brown just went at 1 overall. I'm gonna like this room a lot. Tight ends, Njoku going off the board before Kelsey. So insane. Njoku was our number 1 drafted tight end in the offseason out of the 800 something teams. When the pick hits late. and when it takes an injury at QB to unlock his upside, that's that's when you know. Uh, give me one of these 3. I'm putting Mike Evans above Nico this week. I don't fully mind Njoku over Kelsey, but like Njoku had a good game against Houston a few weeks back in Houston. They going back to the same place. Give us yeah, so we're getting Cup or Evans here. Cup is probably a little more unique, just ADP wise. Cool. Dak goes off the board with Gibbs. It's just like so strange, man. So strange. What's Dak's ADP? Dak's ADP is 10, so he's falling back to the 12 spot a decent amount. Shit. I'd bring in Mike Evans here too. Over these 2 tight ends. And just go someone like Schultz with the last pick. Like I'd be fine with that. Give us Evans. If not, we can sort of divert to running back too. Wow, Diggs goes. Cool. Can go solo RB2 super late with like Najee or Jerome Ford. I'm also okay with that. Like my last yeah, it's an interesting slate. It definitely is. It definitely is. Could make a strong stance on Jerome Ford at the end of these drafts as a solo running back. I think that's interesting. This game's gonna be hard to sort of tackle. Like Tampa Bay versus Philly, the game script of this game can just it really is so far up in the air. It's gonna be one of the harder ones to predict. Like, is Tampa Bay gonna be leading? Is Philly gonna fall apart? Are there weapons playing? Like, there's just so many questions. Freaking they cut to Jalen Hurts on the sideline, his middle finger on his throwing hands pointing the wrong direction. It's like, God damn, this team really can't catch a break. There's no way Kelsey makes it back to us. Don't even joke like that. Don't even joke. And then Dallas Goedert. I mean, against a pass funnel defense like Tampa Bay, I'm not opposed to bringing in Dallas Goedert too. Dude, there's no way Kelsey comes back to us, right? Kincaid. Wow. Wow. No way, man. We got Kelsey at 23? The fuck? What? What? Yep. All right. What's the payouts? I just want to see. All right. 20K. I was hoping it was higher now. I'm cool with going Mahomes too. I don't know if it has to be right now though. Who has QBs and where's the Rice pick? Rice has Josh Allen, so that's pretty big. There's one team that needs a QB. And Joe Flacco's gone, so that's out for him. He can go. He's likely doing what, fellas? He's likely going Jalen Hurts, right? If you bring in AJ Brown and Staffy's gone. Is it not even worth risking it though? It's probably not even worth risking it. And then just saying, hey, like we'll take one of these running backs. I think that's what we have to do. Hey, we'll take one of these running backs. Maybe it's the bring back pick with Mostert. Probably makes the most sense. And there's only one team that can go running back, right? This guy's got his flex. This guy's got 2 running backs. It's only this guy left. And I don't know if I have a lot of confidence. This draft's fine. This draft's fine. I like the Kincaid pick too. I like this team. This guy's a little mini stack here. Go James Cook. That's fine too. This team's sick. This team's sick. The fact that I'm going to get a pick swap too, just to keep in mind, like James Cook's available. Damn. Josh says, who knew Flacco would unlock Njoku? Exactly. Exactly. Wow. Charles says, is it bad I like drafting Bateman over OBJ? I wouldn't say it's bad, but yeah, let's get the bring back here in Mostert. This team's, for my first Battle Royale draft, pretty wild. Even this 3 is going to be relatively unique. Just all of them falling after ADP is going to be tough. And then to pair it with Kelsey at 23, honestly, this could be a solo ship team. That could be a solo ship team. Waiting on 5. This is a Pounders draft if I've ever seen one. Waiting on 5. All right. Which means I get to hit the restroom real quick. Right back. Dude, even Battle Royale is not filling? What is happening? I know it's early. It's only, Tuesday? It's always slower, but there's just so many contests available, I guess, slowing everything down. There's so many contests to choose from. And people are still locked into the playoff slate. Like, all the sharp people are probably doing the gauntlet right now as it's about to fill. Crickets, dude, if that was a deuce, man, no. We'd be shutting this thing down. We'd be shutting this thing down for the night. The big mitten, the tiny Saturday shootout. It's just so much going on. So much going on. We got one left. One spot left for the Battle Royale. Primetime Palooza. I want to do another mixed game draft later this week. Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow we're definitely going to be back on the live stream. We might do 2. Maybe we'll do like a 3 p.m. and then an 8 p.m. Eastern. Little Mitten, the Summit, Mitten 4. Too many options, guys. Too many options. Draft. This is familiar. Logan's in the 6th spot in the live stream with us. Logan doesn't play nice. Like, Logan secretly snipes me, hates me. We got to preface it with that. So now maybe we get a little bit of love. 3 spot, Kyron. Probably. Sounds about right. Amon-Ra, though, like, if Laporta doesn't play, we just saw it last week. When Laporta was out, like, Amon-Ra was getting peppered. So his floor goes up, his ceiling goes up. I don't know if this guy's in the live stream, but I could have just sold him completely on Amon-Ra. I'm sorry, dude. Like, Tyreek's gotta be the 2 spot. Even with that happening, like, Tyreek Hill still has the higher ceiling. Like, Amon-Ra isn't putting up 200 yards. Tyreek Hill can. At the end of the day, it's a 45,000 person tournament. If you're not doing a lot of these, if you're doing 5 or 10, go grab your guys. Like, who cares? Like, ADP doesn't matter. You know, if you're right at the end of the day, if Amon-Ra outscores Hill, like, it's a good pick, right? But if you're gonna do, like, 30, 40, 50, you probably just wanna grab Hill at the 2 spot. Just because you can get Amon-Ra at 3, you can get Amon-Ra at 4. So, you're not guaranteed to get the 2 pick a lot, right? To get Hill, you're probably not picking Hill over Lamb. So, Evans goes super early in this one. I actually don't I don't love this spot at all. Honestly, it might be Rice for me. So, maybe we go Kelsey Rice, and we just kinda onslaught this way. Let's bring in Kelsey first. This one, we're sorta going off the beaten path. We're not gonna be following, ADP on this one. We're just gonna build out our game stack. And, again, like, we have Mahomes, we have Tua for this one, so let's you multi-table? Yeah, 100%, dude. You don't have to ask twice for that. It's the friggin' fact that these don't fill. Like, so weird. Where is it? Waiting on 3. Like, it shouldn't take as long as it does. Gibbs verse. I need to go Rice here. I do like Gibbs there, though. I do like Gibbs. Build out this game stack should be pretty free to get Mahomes. Like, no one should be going naked Mahomes, I don't think. Or Tua. So QB last, whatever one's available. Probably we lean Mahomes because we have 2 pass catchers, but Connor saying finishing my 19 gauntlets tonight, 3 at a time. They snap filled. Oh yeah, that contest is rifling right now, and that's why Battle Royale's not. Like, dude, this is still waiting on 3 people. So after some of these contests fill, maybe people will start jumping into these streets. But right now, it's pretty slow. It's pretty slow. Jalen Hurts off the board. It's probably worth the risk with AJ Brown, to be honest. We need a running back. It can be a last pick running back. Like, I don't care if it's literally, it could be like Devin Singletary, although my least favorite. Probably looks like this. Something like this. We get the 6 spot. Again, we want Mahomes, preferably over Tua, but I wouldn't be sad with Tua here. Reed off the board. Ferg off the board to the DAC team with Lamb. Real nice. Real nice. Reed bring back. Pretty sick. Pretty sick. All right, these teams don't need a QB besides Logan and Flacco's on the board, so he should be grabbing Flacco. And the James Cook pick doesn't feel great, not gonna lie. Let's go Jerome Ford. Let's go Jerome. I just have it's a weird inkling where, like, Buffalo, game on the line, season on the line, I just think they're gonna tend to lean on Josh Allen. That could be in the red zone, that could be on 3rd and 2, like, I just think they're gonna lean on Josh Allen rather than the running back. So, that being said, if they have a big lead, like, I could see him get there at the end. I could see him get there at the end of the game or the second half. It's just Buffalo doesn't put up big leads against teams, sort of like KC. They haven't, like, blown anyone out, or at least consistently. So many good options late too, like, George Pickens is always in play to put up a massive now after he puts up a 0 target game against Baltimore, that could help, like, he'll be less owned because he's being discounted, but we're on the clock here. 7 seconds. This is wide receiver, right? This is wide receiver, wide receiver. You can mix it up too, like, it doesn't have to be based off ADP, like, this could be Amari Cooper and Mike Evans. Don't be afraid to mix that up, because how many teams are going to just double click the next best at ADP versus going Amari Cooper and kinda jumping over some players and going Mike Evans? The problem is, like yeah, nah, I don't see a problem with that, to be honest. Really don't. Ooh, Dak gets sniped. Last week, huge problem with Dak going at 8, 9, 10, and you couldn't get him with Lamb. It turns out, if you went Dak in that spot, you probably didn't go James Conner. James Conner was a piece you needed. We ended up with 22 or 24% James Conner was just fucking not paired with the right sauce. Nico off the board. We took a huge stance on Kenneth Walker too, though. All of a sudden, Arizona's run D became fucking godly. Oh, man. See where we're at. Nico and Tyreek, CeeDee Lamb and Pacheco. Josh Allen and Monra. Everyone's in the business of not stacking their QBs right now. Although, like, Fergie's open, Brandon Cooks at the end of drafts should be mixed in. He should definitely be mixed in. Rashad White. That seems early, right? I guess not that early. Because he's probably not coming back. Makes sense. Josh says they were saving him. Oh, man. That'd probably kill me. I'm not gonna be overweight on James Cook this week. If it kills me, it kills me, but I'd rather probably Mostert. Jerome Ford like we just did. Najee, like, probably. And definitely Aaron Jones, Achane, Gibbs. We'll go Gibbs here, please and thank you. Gibbs or Kelsey, it's gonna be something like this. Aaron Jones goes. Flacco's still there at QB. We get our Detroit bring back in the LA Ram game. I think I'd prefer going Achane here. I think I prefer going Achane here. I don't expect Kelsey to come back. But if we could get someone like Kincaid would be fine at the end here, and then we bring in Flacco. But we'll see who comes back to us. Like we're between Flacco and Staffy at QB. If they both get sniped, we'll go best available with like Jalen Hurts or something. Um, you could mix Tua with Achan too. As the pass catching back, that'd be fine. And Mahomes, he spreads the ball. Like he's not the worst naked QB in the world. Connor, this is my third year in a row. I thought I need to do my drafts early. It's so true though. I always like each week I tell myself like, all right, I need to get these drafts in before the ADPs change. And it's like Wednesday and I have like 30 teams. I'm like, fuck. Every week. Every week. There is an advantage to drafting early throughout the week with the ADP changes and the Q tags, and then Sunday morning with all the new information. It's good to sort of just mix up your when you're drafting. Prime time, what's going on, man? I'm still recovering from that Dak snipe, bro. Fantasy Football Garage, what's up, brother? Chain's the man. What's up? Kincaid off the board. Also cool with Schultz here. Or Wesley Goddard too. Pass funnel defense. Ferg. Let's see who makes it back to us. I think it's just easy to sort of go tight end late unless you're game stacking the PC Miami with Kelsey. Like you are getting a mega discount. They should lean on Kelsey. Like thinking how this game's gonna go, they should lean on Kelsey in the playoffs, but I understand a few bad weeks and his ADP's fallen. Mostert off the board. Cool. Damn. Really cool. So we're bringing in Staffy and probably Ferg, I would think. We'll get a piece of this Miami game. Or, I'm sorry, Dallas game. Schultz would be a bring back for Mari Cooper. And then we'll see with Philly. Like, I thought Goddard was going to smash last week because no Devonta Smith. Like, everything went wrong for their team. So it's kind of hard to judge. But if Smith is back, I would prefer Ferg over Goddard. But I expect Devonta Smith to play. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, fellas. Yesterday we covered the playoff slate. Today we did some battle royales, mixed contests. If you guys want to rewatch the early bit, if you just come in, we did the Saturday shootout and the Sunday shootout slates. And there's a huge edge there, probably bigger than the battle royale contest. Difference is 8,000 for first, right? So 20K up top. That's why we play this one. It's fun. And that big payout up top, freaking, it helps. But so many contests to play on Underdog right now. Like, it's great. It's probably overwhelming. I think the small negative for me is like the rooms fill slower, and where I don't have a shit ton of time to go on multi-table makes it harder to multi-table. But it's hard to complain. Like these contests are great. But appreciate everyone coming out tonight. Hope you guys all have a great night. I'm probably gonna be going to salt my driveway. So if you smash the like on the way out, it will ease the pain just a little. Fellas, have a good night.